Hey everybody, this is Matt from endsickness.org. Today I'm going to tell you the difference between the mycotoxin urine test and the mycotoxin antibody test. What's really the main difference? Which one do you want to use? Which one's more valuable, etc. First, let me say I'm not a medical doctor. It's not medical advice. It's based on my personal experiences for informational and educational purposes only. So if someone's extremely sick, okay, or someone has significant health issues, both of these tests can be valuable, right? The first test that people typically do is a mycotoxin urine test because what it does, it'll show how many mycotoxins are actively in the urine right now. Okay, now, though that test is useful to some degree to be able to see if there is a mycotoxin issue in the home, it is not definitive because the amount of mycotoxins in your urine is not the determining factor of how sick you're going to get from this thing, right? Some people can have high levels of mycotoxins in their urine and not be showing symptoms or have minimal symptoms, while other people could have low levels in their urine and show a bunch of symptoms, right? So this is the one downside to the test. Is the test helpful? Yeah, absolutely. The test can be helpful to show if you have mycotoxins present in your environment. And if you're having symptoms, you're having physical symptoms that are aligning with what these mycotoxins are showing up in your environment, then guess what? It's probably related, But it's not really a guarantee because there are people who have these mycotoxins present who aren't showing symptoms, and that's the problem with the mycotoxin urine test. So is it worthwhile? Yeah, I did a video in the past and said it wasn't worthwhile, but yeah, it's worthwhile, to be able to see if there are mycotoxins in your environment. Now, is that conclusive 100%? No, it isn't, and that's why people do the mycotoxin antibody test. Now, the mycotoxin antibody test is great, but there are times when mycotoxin antibodies can be low and the urine levels can be high and the person can still be getting sick from it. So both of these tests have their ups and downs, but the thing about the mycotoxin antibody test that's the best is that it will show you without a doubt, how your body has been responding to your environment in terms of your immune system. It will show you your IgG history, which is going to be your past exposure to mycotoxins. If your immune system has mounted an attack against it, create antibodies to it, it will show your IgE response, which is your current reactions in the last 21 days. If you're currently reacting right now in an anaphylactic-like manner or in an allergenic-like manner to mycotoxins, and it'll show you right there with definitive proof. If you're reacting to these things, there is an issue. There is no second guessing it. There's an issue. This is why I love this test. This is why I think this test is better than the urine test, but both of them have value. I do want to emphasize. So, the mycotoxin blood test you can get from MyMycoLab.com. The urine test you can get from Vibrant Wellness. You can get from, Mosaic Labs. You can get from RealTime Labs. You can get from a bunch of different places. But, the problem with the urine test too is they all have different limits to say what's toxic and what isn't. So you got to cross-reference whatever your value is and be able to cross-reference it and see how high it really is. But, both these tests are of value. If I was to choose one, I would choose the mycotoxin antibody test, absolutely, because it is much more sensitive and it's more likely to detect issues where people have small amounts of this mold in their house and they have ultra high reactivity, or they have significant debilitating symptoms. If they're in that range, then we want to try the mycotoxin antibody test. If we try that and they don't come up high, then we go to the mycotoxin urine test and make sure that's not high. And if both of those are negative, then we probably aren't dealing with the mycotoxin issue, obviously. So thanks for watching, everybody. I wanted to compare both these tests together because they're both critical to be able to understand mycotoxin illness. Thanks for watching. My website has hundreds of articles, hundreds of videos in there teaching about mycotoxin illness. Thanks for watching.